What's up, family and friends? Good afternoon, and welcome to this live broadcast. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. You have to. You have no other choice than to have fun, do great things for yourself, make yourself happy. Let no one put you down. Let no one belittle you. Let no one tell you what they want you to be, but be you, do you, and fear not what will befall you, and do not be ashamed of who you are. I titled this, God will fail you. If you are waiting for God to come and help you, waiting for God to come and give you inspiration, waiting for God to do anything for you, that God will fail you. It doesn't matter the name of that God. It doesn't matter how many people worship that God. It doesn't matter what people are saying about that God. All they have is words. None of them can prove the existence of their God. All they have is words, words, words. Those words, some of them are soft, and some of them are threatening. They're threatening you with, if you don't believe what I'm saying, if you don't believe in our God, blah, blah will happen. But their God is just an idol, something that human being made up. Their God does not exist except in their book and in their head. But in reality, their God is powerless, non-existent, and useless. So you shouldn't entertain any fear of any God. And one of the main reasons you shouldn't entertain the fear of any God is that you are God yourself. God don't fear God. God don't worship God. When you know yourself, you will not fear what others will do to you or for you. For example, when you know that your life is precious, your life is eternal, your life is natural, and your life is indestructible, you will not fear death. You will not fear, oh, something may happen to me, I may not be here again. No, you are here forever. Your life is eternal. No one can take that life from you. No one. No God, no devil, no Satan, no demon, no man, no woman can take your life away. It is your life forever. It is eternal. But when you don't know yourself, that's when you fear their fear. That's when you tremble at their word. I don't tremble at their word. They know that already. They know they have stubborn faith. But I have factual truth. And truth prevails over faith. Truth prevails over fiction. Truth prevails over religion. Truth prevails over trust. Truth prevails over empty words. You say, but the prophecy is coming to pass. No. Prophecy is a statement. You can make your own statement. What is coming to pass is what came to pass yesterday. What happened yesterday is happening today, and what happened today will happen tomorrow, naturally. They put them up as prophecy to you because they studied and found out that's what will happen. Then it's like me telling you, tomorrow there will be 12 a.m. I said, God told me, God revealed to me tomorrow there will be 12 a.m. I'm not the only or first person to make such statement. The same goes with any prophecy you are talking about. If you know what everyone in the world has been saying, you know, nothing you call prophecy in that book or or whatever you find it that is new under the sun. No, it has been happening, and it is happening, and it will keep happening. Just as the faith in God has been failing people, it will keep failing people, and nothing will stop it from failing people. God will fail you. God has failed you, and God is failing you right now as we speak. Many of you that believe in God, you know how many times you have tried to do some business, you put your hand in this one, it failed, you invest in this one, it failed, even where other people are succeeding, you go there, you are not succeeding. It has nothing to do with any God or devil stopping you or testing you. No God is testing you, no God is stopping you. No, you haven't done what you ought to do. Vex, don't compete with anyone. Don't follow people. Don't say, oh, that's the business that's going to do something that works for you. Not something that works for everyone else. Something that works for you. If it's something that's supposed to work for you, it will work for you. If not, invest all you want, do all you want, you will come out miserable. Know yourself first. No competition. Don't compete with anyone. Don't compare yourself with anyone. You know that you have been a believer, you believe in God, yeah, that God failed you. That God did not supply your need as they promised you. You sowed seed, you gave tithe, you did all that. They said, God will multiply it. You will have abundance. It's a lie. Oh, we are lies. And you are the living proof or living witness that God failed to confirm the words of those prophets, words of those his servants in your life. You are the living proof. You are the living witness. And some of you, they're still lying to you to believe the year is not over yet. There is injury time miracle. At last moment, as the last second, God will still do something for you. Don't worry. It's November. You still have December. God will still fail you. Write it down. Say, I say that. Tell it to that your prophet. Give my picture to them. Invite them to my profile. Let them see. Or let them hear themselves. That same God that failed them from January will also fail them in December. Stop believing their lies. Stop believing their lies and start living your life. Stop believing their lies and start living your life. It is your life. What do they have that you don't have? Tell me. What have they acquired that you cannot acquire? If you do what they did, you will have what they have. Stop believing their lies. After they rob people, they're telling you now God will do this. God was not the one that blessed them. They rob people. If you also learn how to rob people, you will have what they have. Yes, I'm talking about that to your prophet. I'm talking about that to your man of God or woman of God that you think God has blessed them. That's why they are richer than you. No, they are criminals, thieves, ndoshi, oles, all of them. No matter how much holiness they are preaching, no matter how much prosperity they are preaching, no matter how much righteousness they are preaching, all of them are thieves and robbers. In the name of God, in the name of Jesus. God they have not seen and they cannot see. Jesus they have not seen and they cannot see. And they're lying to you. It is time you wake up and live your life and stop living their lies. Stop believing their lies. Your life is more important to you than their lives. Your life will exist beyond their lives. So live your life well. God will fail you. God will not help you. Your fellow human beings can help you. Your fellow human beings will not fail you. God will fail you. When I say your fellow human being will not fail you, I mean don't hope on particular person. If one person did not favor you, another person will. But there is no God that will favor you because all gods are the same. They are non-existent. they are speechless, they are powerless, and they are man-made. All gods, they have that 4 characteristics, all of them. But your fellow human being will help you. Even some people you regard as your enemies, they may be the one that will help you because they exist. God does not exist. God has failed you, but 2 things that make you still denying that God has failed you, and you are defending your failure, excusing God. You're giving excuses why God maybe did not intervene. You think you are a sinner, or you are, maybe there is unknown sin you committed, or you blame your neighbor, or that. If you believe that the devil is responsible for your failure, how about your God? What was your God doing when devil came and failed you, or came and did that? Was your God asleep? They say God doesn't sleep. So what was your God doing when devil come? God relax and watch the devil destroy your business, destroy your affairs, destroy your relationship, destroy your life, and you say you are giving excuses. So the 2 reasons why you defend that God, first is fear. You are too afraid. You fear that if you admit God failed you, he will punish you. You know the ultimate punishment, throw you into hellfire. That's why you see many believers, many Christians, you can see failure written all over their body, all over their face, all over their face. Everything you see, they are failures. They have failed. But they tell you, no, it is God. God is blessing me. My God has not failed me. My God never fails. What do you mean your God never fails? When you went to school to learn, if your God never fails, you don't need to go to school. You don't supposed to go to any school at all to acquire anything. Your God supposed to help you get them. Your God supposed to give you those things you went to acquire, those things you went to school or to somebody to get. Why did your God not give it to you? He said, yeah, God used people. That's stupid. That's stupidity. A God that uses people is powerless. A God that uses people is non-existent. If your God exists, it don't need to. It's like me now. You're saying I'm using somebody to bless my child. That's nonsense. If I exist and I have a relationship with my child, I will be the one, unless I am too old to do it. Then I can say somebody, please help me, God give this commitment. At my age, how I am now, I'm strong. I can do whatever I want as a man. I don't need anyone to go message, to go and speak to my daughter for me, or do anything to my daughter or for my daughter for me. No, I do it myself. If my presence is needed there, my daughter is sure that I will be there. But how about your God? But fear of God, which they tell you is the beginning of wisdom, why it is the beginning of bondage, beginning of delusion, make you defend the failure of your God and begin to say, yeah, God never fails. God never fails. And you are in need of school fees for your children. God never fails. And you are asking people to pray for you. God never fails. And you're asking people to support you in whatever you are doing. God fails you every day. Every day. When you feel that pain, God failed you. When you need that doctor, God failed you. When you need that engineer, God failed you. Can your God roof your house? Can your God fix your house? Tell me one thing your God can do. Tell me nothing except something that doesn't exist. Something that is irrational. That's only what your God does. Something that you know doesn't exist. You say, hey, my God saved my soul. Which soul? Where is the position of your soul in your life? Tell me. Which soul do you say your God saved? Which soul? You are the one that made that believed that made up lie. Hey, God love you, die for your soul, He saved your soul. Your soul we born in where? When they tell you we have a body. Some people will say, oh, you have sold your soul to the devil. Which soul? My soul? Rubbish. Where is my soul? You that say I sell my soul to the devil. Or where is your own soul? Can you tell me where your own soul is? So I will locate mine. You don't know. You only believe. That's why you can't prove your belief. You only believe because you don't know. When you know, then you will stop believing. That's like when I ask you, where is the position of your soul in your body? You will tell me. But you cannot say that because you don't know. You believe because you don't know. You have faith because you lack knowledge. It is time you wake up and begin to tell yourself the truth. Stop being afraid. Fear is why you are saying God never fails. The second reason why you say God never fails is shame. Shame. You are ashamed to admit your God is useless in reality. You are ashamed to admit your God is non-existent. You are ashamed to admit that God cannot answer your prayers. You have been praying since January. Even before January, you sow seed, you declare all that open heaven, open door, New Year, all that bullshit you pray and paid for. You pray for it and you pay for it. You pray to God and you gave your money to God through a man who became richer with your money. And you are struggling, your family is struggling, your children struggling. Some of you are looking for money to buy Christmas stuff for your family. And you say, God, you are ashamed of yourself. You are ashamed of admitting your God is useless. You're ashamed of what people will say. See, some of you are sitting on the fence between reality and religion. You don't want to leave religion because you are ashamed of what people will say. Oh, they may call you atheist. They may call you names. Fuck them. You know what they have called me? Oh no. They have called me all sort of names, but see me living my life, bouncing. Life is good. I've suffered in life enough. No more suffering for me. Nobody can make me suffer. If your God exists, pray to your God now. Let him come here and show himself. Your God cannot do that. No God can show up to speak for itself. You are the one. People are the ones praying, speaking for that God, defending that God. But when you know yourself, you will not be afraid and you will not be ashamed to declare, listen, this God has failed and this God has failed all of us. Tell yourself the truth. You keep, some people say they believe in God, but God gave them free will. God gave you free will, so why would God punish you? He said if you choose the wrong one, God will punish. No, he gave you free will. He gave you free will to do right and wrong. So for you to also believe that God will punish you for using the free will he gave to you is ridiculous. Think, use your brain. It doesn't matter your level of education or your status in community. It doesn't matter. Faith rot your brain. Religion rot your brain. When you have faith in an imaginary being, when you belong to any religion, it rot your brain. It doesn't matter how the level you are in academic whatever or educational whatever it is, whether you are president of a country, no matter how they say you are the greatest genius ever lived, you are a moron by faith. Religion rot your brain. You cannot think well when you operate by faith. God will fail you. From now to December, God will fail you. And from December and beyond, God will fail you. God failed you yesterday. God is failing you today. And God will fail you tomorrow. There is nothing that will change it but you. You are the one that will tell yourself the truth. Avoid being afraid. Avoid being ashamed. Say the truth. Say the truth and shame God. Not say the truth and shame God, shame the devil, all of them. They cannot do you. No God can do you any good and no devil can do you any bad except your fellow human being or yourself. So it is time you wake up, my people, and tell yourself the honest truth. Until you do that, you will keep struggling. And your motto will be, struggle continue. But once you come to yourself and know the truth, your motto will be, I know. And this is the end of suffering. This is the end of struggle. I'm no longer struggling, no more. I am satisfied with what I have. I'm satisfied with the way I am. And I am living my life. I am living the best of me. I'm not living anyone else's life. I'm not living the life of Christ. I'm not living the life of God. I am living the life of me. It is my life. I am what I am. I am that I am. I excel. I am the woke. Peace.